Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I'll be recapping Drake Maye's pro day from yesterday, going over some of the highs and lows from his performance. We'll also be going over his measurables, some other very important information, and the vibes I was getting from Dan Quinn and Adam Peters if they're going to take him at 2. If you guys are new, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. All those things help out a ton. I'm just trying to grow, and all those things are a huge help. And comment something, whatever you want. Could be, who you want to take at 2 or something else you want me to know. And sorry the video is coming out a little bit late. The pro day was yesterday for Drake Maye. Was going on a trip to visit some friends. Shout out to Kai, Tapas, and Adam. A few of them are going to be on the channel for a draft day stream. Excited for that in about a month to see who the Commanders take. Are they going to take Drake Maye, or are they going to take Jaden Daniels, or maybe a surprise and trade up, or take someone like J.J. McCarthy? We will see, but today's video is about Drake Maye, who had a pretty good pro day overall. I had some very high ups, including this throw that I'm about to show you guys, and also had some not so great plays where he airmailed some guys like 5 yards downfield. For me, pro days aren't a very big deal at all. These guys, for the most part, they've shown who they are on film, and the pro day isn't really going to change anything besides maybe the measurables for someone, especially like Jaden Daniels, and then how you feel about the person. Here's a clip of the the Drake Maye throw that everyone was like, it was a great throw. He's on the run and throws an absolute dot. About, I think they said 65 yards. So that's just an amazing play right there. Rolls out and throws a dime. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. His arm talent is amazing. The thing is he'll go from doing that to throwing a short out route like this, 10 yards, not 10 yards, but like 8 yards over the receivers, or 5 yards over the receiver's head. Like, you just can't have that. And the thing is, people will say, like Tan Todd, which, shout out to them. They got a good YouTube channel, and, have some good analysis, some really good analysis here on Twitter, or I guess X now, but I'm just going to keep calling it Twitter. He said one bad miss while he was on target for, 60 other throws. And for the most part, that's true, even though I think he had a couple bad throws. The thing is once you're at the NFL level, one really bad play can ruin the game. If you have one or two really bad plays in a game and it turns into an interception or a fumble, that can lose you the game. And I'm not saying Jaden Daniels didn't have any of those throws in the pro day either, but I'm just, giving an example. Like, yeah, for the most part he did well, but if you do one thing really poorly on one play, it could lose you the game. But that was really just the pass people were talking about. So he had some really high highs and some low lows here with that throw that I just showed you guys here. And he had like one other, I think, on the other side that was similar to this. But for the most part, kind of what we expected from, Drake Maye. The crew from the Commanders at the pro day: Adam Peters, Lance Newmark, Dan Quinn, Cliff Kingsbury, and I guess De'Ami Brown was there. Sam Howell was there as well, not a Commander, but he was there supporting his alma mater. And yeah, not surprising at all that Adam Peters, Lance Newmark, Dan Quinn, and Cliff are there. And I guess De'Ami is not there. He's just there to be there, probably see some of his old coaches, teammates, stuff like that, and support some of his teammates as well, and meet up with some of his former teammates. So that's why he's there. And yeah, this is the crew that's going to be at all the pro days, especially the quarterback ones, the ones like Caleb Williams. I think this was the crew that was there. The Jaden Daniels pro day, these guys were there. And then the other ones as well, like Michael Penix. I'm not sure if they're all there, but the other ones that are happening on separate days from like the big ones, I'm sure a lot of these guys are going to be there as well. And yeah, you expect, Adam Peters and Lance, they need to be at almost every major one. But then, Cliff, it might depend on who's there. If it's a quarterback versus a, couple defensive players they want to see, why is Cliff going to be there? And yeah, that's kind of it for that. And we have a couple other updates. So measured in at 6'4", basically 227 pounds, a little bit more than the combine, and did not, or at least a little bit more weight than the combine. which that's the build you want. 6'4", 227. That's a perfect build for an NFL quarterback. And didn't do any didn't do any of the like physical stuff in terms of bench or 40-yard dash and vertical leap, but he did do the throwing, which is really what they're there to see, even though I don't think it's a big deal and I don't think they really think it's a big deal as well, because they've already seen all these things, and it's against, it's receivers throwing the ball, quarterbacks throwing receivers that aren't covered, so it's just not the best way to measure how good a quarterback is, but I guess you get to see the arm talent a little bit, and you get to see a live, real feel of it, and talk about it with your other scouts and your GM and assistant GM. But the biggest part, I think, is to see what type of person they are. Just get another chance to talk with them. Commanders met with him, I think, a little bit before for a breakfast, so solid thing there. And every video I go by, that goes by, I'm gonna do less and less talking about the player, they are, because we kind of know, but it's just repeating information at this point. Just some of the stats on him. 1 touchdown, no interceptions in 2021. Didn't really play much. 2022, best year, 38 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. And then 2023, 24 and 9. Similar to Sam Howell, in my opinion, where he had a very good second year, was projected to be a top pick, and then goes to the 2023 season, or I guess the next season, where, again, projected to be a top pick and just doesn't have the same type of production that he had the year before. They did lose some players, and the stats aren't everything, but, it is a little concerning there. I think Drake Maye is definitely a different player than Sam. I mean, he's at least 2 inches taller. I would probably say 3.5, 4 inches, because I think Sam Howell officially is listed at 6'1", but he's probably closer to 6 foot. So, Drake Maye's 4 inches taller than him, and the weight is probably the same. That doesn't matter, but the passes were getting batted down from Sam's. A lot of those won't get batted down from Drake, and he does have a little bit more arm talent than Sam, and it's a little bit more mobile. Even though Sam has some really good vision in terms of his mobility, I think Drake's just a little bit quicker. He's a little bit quicker than Sam. But I know people that are afraid of drafting Drake because, Sam Howell didn't work out, Mitch Trubisky. But the thing with the quarterbacks is I know people are like, you can't draft an Ohio State quarterback, or a lot of people are saying that. Guess what? CJ Stroud ends up being an absolute stud in his rookie year. Still got time. Maybe, he doesn't end up being good. Hopefully that doesn't happen, knock on wood. But, for the most part, he proved a lot of those Ohio State quarterback doubters wrong, and maybe Drake Maye can do the same thing. College, sometimes it matters, but just because you went to a college, that shouldn't mean you're not going to be good. And yeah, I think CJ Stroud proved that last year. And yeah, nothing crazy from the pro day. Overall, did a solid job, had a couple really nice throws, and had one throw or a couple throws that also were not so nice. I think he had the best throw out of, if we're comparing him and Jaden Daniels pro day, I think he had the best throw of the two with that 65-yard throw on the run, but he also probably had the worst throw where he just completely airmails the guy. So that's kind of what you're getting with him. His floor, I think, is lower than Jaden's, but his ceiling might be a little bit higher, especially as a passer, than Jaden's. Jaden's a little bit more pro ready, been in the league, or was in college for 5 years, so that's kind of what you're getting with them. But yeah, that's it for the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, do all that good stuff. Hit that like button, notification bell as well. Subscribe. Trying to get to 13,000 subscribers, so please help me do that. And peace, guys.